Daygame without a script. How to truly connect during the cold approach when it is most vital for you to do so. Now, the famous pickup line, it's something that a lot of people talk about. It is something that people have written books about. What is the perfect pickup line? Uh, but unfortunately, none of that matters if you cannot connect after the opening. And I'd like to explain why that is not that important to have the perfect opener. And the idea about having a canned scripted opener would in fact be harming your results over time because you're not truly connecting. So let me explain. But before we get into it, if you're interested in my content, give me a thumbs up, maybe a subscribe, but also go to the website or click on the links in the on the channel and check out my, let's just say, 30-day challenge. Sign up to the email list. And if you're struggling out there already, more importantly, if you're an experienced guy and you've been out there doing a lot of game, my content would definitely resonate more with the experienced guys. The new guys don't really resonate with my content because you don't have the experience to understand. You fall for the marketing and you go for coaches that will fake everything. But guys that have been in the field and understand the difference between someone who has experience are more likely to come to someone like myself. So if you're new, I recommend you cut out all of the time wasted by coming to someone who's experienced and that can help you improve rapidly instead of spending a lot of money and time going down the wrong path. So with a canned line, if you've got your canned line set up, it is basically designed for a certain situation with a particular type of girl in a certain area. Let's just say, and it's set for a certain situation. Now, you can only really use it under those certain situations, which means you're going to have to wait for the right time to use that particular canned line. And then after that, if you have a canned structure, like a script that you're running, and you're not truly listening to her, then she will understand that you are running some sort of a script, or she's more likely to just think that you are just unable to listen to her properly and you're just talking to yourself. As an example, you run a script and you say some canned lines and then she says something that is not related to that. And then your response is a canned line that clearly demonstrates that you were not listening to anything that she was saying. You are not really present. You are just saying these lines that don't really make sense and they don't really have any context to the situation or the conversation that you're having right there. Even if it is close to the situation, she will see that. And girls on average have a better social awareness, a social acuity. They can notice when something's just not right, even if they just get a weird feeling from you that something's not right. They will notice that and they will feel that something is a little bit weird and a little bit off, and that's going to negatively affect your ability to connect with her and build any sort of real connection during the cold approach, which is the most vital stage. And then what you're going to do is, because you're not truly connecting, you're not truly present, you're not really there, you're not listening. Most important thing is listening to what she has to say, being relaxed enough to process that information, and then be able to engage with the rest of the conversation based on what she's saying. It has to be related. But if you're nervous and you're running through a canned script, then the likelihood that you are going to say something that is not related and she's going to notice that is quite high, and therefore it's going to ruin your chances in a lot of cases. Now, that means that you're going to then start to see game as a numbers game. And I've seen that many times in the past. Guys that will go out there, use canned lines, they will get the numbers, they will get a lot of flaky numbers, and then they will start telling themselves, because their game is very much hit and miss. They're approaching of women that, like, they will meet girls that they truly desire, but they'll run a script and they won't try to truly get to know her during the cold approach. She will identify it, she'll see it, she will think that something's not right, she will respond a few times, but she won't turn up on a date. Next thing you know, you find yourself thinking that cold approaching girls is purely a numbers game, and then you end up increasing the volume of approaches, running the script, and then spamming all of the text messages and ping text for the girls that aren't responding. You're replying every 2 or 3 days, and hoping that one of them actually responds, and you find yourself on this forever sort of treadmill, or and you're kind of stuck. You're like a truck stuck in the mud with the wheels moving really fast, messaging a lot of girls, approaching a lot of girls, when really, if you were to remain present off the cold approach, listen carefully to what she has to say, be able to respond authentically, as in, like, you understand what she's saying, and talk about whatever topic pops up in an authentic way, and therefore make a real connection so that she feels that she's being heard. Next thing you know, the amount of approaches you have to make before you find a really good one would reduce, and therefore your success rate would increase. You find yourself out on the street approaching girls less, and you find yourself texting less girls, and you have a higher probability of success. It's as simple as that. And canned lines are okay, canned structures are okay if you're an absolute beginner and you're super nervous. This is where the direct canned structure comes in. And this is why a lot of guys, they go down that route, but then they want to transition into proper cold approach, which will have a higher return, and then they want to move into, say, I would say indirect, where you're truly listening, you're truly having a real conversation, and you're really connecting, and therefore the success rate will increase. So there's a lot of other factors that are involved as well. It's a little bit more complex than that. But anyway, that's a good start. And I recommend that you guys go check out the 30-day challenge if you're new. It's on the YouTube channel. It's also on the website. Check out the 30-day challenge. I might even pin it in the comments. And then you can start out with 30 days of just getting a feel for cold approaching. And then afterwards, if you feel ready, do some online coaching, maybe even an immersion. So I'll see you guys in the next one. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up.